Welcome to Born to Win Legend, the channel where we bring you stories of extraordinary people who dared to challenge the world and inspire change. Today, we uncover the powerful journey of Greta Thunberg, the young girl from Sweden who became the face of a global movement, a teenager who stood alone with a sign and ended up shaking the world's conscience. This is the story of courage, conviction, and the unstoppable voice of a generation. Greta Thunberg was born in 2003 in Stockholm, Sweden. Her parents were artists, her mother an opera singer, and her father an actor. Life for young Greta was quiet and normal, until at the age of 8, she learned about climate change in school. The idea that the planet was in danger, and that adults were doing almost nothing about it, deeply troubled her. She couldn't understand how people could live normally while the earth was burning. As years passed, this concern grew into anxiety and depression. Greta stopped dating, stopped talking for months, and was eventually diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, a form of autism. But rather than seeing it as a weakness, Greta later called it her superpower. It allowed her to focus deeply and see the world in simple truths. What's right, what's wrong, and what must be done. In August 2018, at just 15 years old, Greta decided to take action. She skipped school and sat alone outside the Swedish Parliament with the sign that read, "School Strike for Climate." For days, she sat there, quiet but firm, demanding that her government take real steps to reduce carbon emissions. At first, people ignored her. Then, they started to notice. Slowly, other students joined her. Then thousands. Then millions. Within months, Greta's solo protest became a global movement. Fridays for Future. From Stockholm to Sydney, from London to Lahore, students walked out of classrooms, demanding change. Greta became the symbol of youth activism, her simple message echoing worldwide. Our house is on fire. Act like it. She spoke at the United Nations, at the European Parliament, and at countless world conferences. Her speeches were not polished or political. They were raw, emotional, and brutally honest. She challenged presidents, CEOs, and world leaders, telling them that their empty words and broken promises were destroying her generation's future. But her rise was not without criticism. Some powerful figures mocked her, some called her naive, and others accused her of being manipulated. Yet, Greta remained fearless. She refused to back down, saying she was not interested in fame or money, only in truth and action. Her journey also changed her family. Her parents supported her activism, even though it brought constant media attention and pressure. Greta gave up flying to reduce her carbon footprint, traveling across the Atlantic on a solar-powered yacht to attend the UN Climate Summit in New York, a symbol of her commitment to her beliefs. Her impact has been monumental. She has inspired millions to think differently, to consume less, and to demand accountability from those in power. Time magazine named her Person of the Year in 2019, calling her a voice of moral clarity in a distracted world. Beyond the speeches and protests, Greta's legacy lies in her message that no one is too small to make a difference. Her courage reminds the world that change begins with a single voice that refuses to be silenced. Greta Thunberg is not a politician, not a scientist, not a billionaire. She is a teenager who turned her anger into action, her fear into fuel, and her pain into purpose. From one girl's school strike to a global awakening, Greta Thunberg's journey is proof that the future belongs to those brave enough to fight for it. This is Born to Win Legend. If Greta's story inspired you, don't forget to subscribe and join us as we share the lives of those who change the world, one action at a time.